Well, I'm back. I'm going to buzz through all the 3-year-olds and 2-year-olds, just tell you where they're sitting, what they're doing, and where we expect them to be over the coming weeks. We're going to start with Ale Sun. She's going to race at Northfield this week for Jason, I think. I don't think I'm driving her. I think I have to be somewhere that afternoon, so I could be wrong. I can't remember. Ale Sun will race this week at Northfield Park. Arctic Force was still coughing when I spoke to Jeff on Saturday. He may need another week. We'll see. We'll see how he comes out of it in Bottle of Red over the next few days. Beach Boutique is racing at the Meadows this week. Dave Miller's going to drive her. Beach Bum BB is back in to go in Indiana. First start on Lasix, I'm told. Bottle of Red, another stablemate now of Arctic Force at the Jeff Byron stable. Both of them were sick. You saw Bottle of Red race the other day in race 6. So was sick afterwards. Had a little blood mixed in there too. So we're going to need at least another week with her. Brush Cut was scratched the other day at Kawartha Downs. Somebody asked me, is Brush Cut going to go to Batavia with the other ones? No, we're not racing Brush Cut in the Excelsior A where they go in 51 or the Excelsior B where they could go, who knows, and they race for $7,500. We can stay here and race for the same amount if we race them at Georgian Downs. Virtually, not quite the same amount. Cabernet is back jogging now. I don't know if Harry's training her. I suspect soon, if not. She had that line in her pasturing, and then we had to put a screw in it, and now she's back going. She looks good. When we had picked her up, I thought she looked really, really good. Canadian Titan is out for a few months. She got injured, so she is still in the stall for another 6 weeks, I believe. Capistrano was better the other day, 55-3, 27-3 on the end of it. Last half, 55 seconds. 55-3, I'm not sure, 55-3. James said she was making a little noise in the mile. I think we're going to talk to Harry about changing some headgear on her. Compass Rose DC made a break on Jason, said he got hit with the whip. Obviously, there was no IX. She had a fair. So she's got the rail at Bowling Green scheduled for tomorrow, but I suspect that will be moved to Tuesday. Don't Believe Me, Just Watch will be requalifying this week. Emerald Miss will be racing Friday at Northfield Park here in Ohio. Frontier Cruise was scratched Saturday. He had a bruise in his ankle. He's going to be in to go hopefully next weekend, I suspect. Globetrotting race great. 10th at the quarter, 153-3. She finished second, trotted 155 flat. Just a nice filly and showed it again this week. Harness AM finished third in 155 and a piece in the mud. Trotted mile 56 flat, last quarter in 28 and a piece, 29. I thought she raced well. Hometown Boys race good, closing in on the end. The other day at Grand River, he's prepping for his next grassroots. I'll Play It Alone is in to go at the Meadows this week. I can't drive him, but he was so good to drive the other day. I can't imagine there's going to be a problem with anybody driving him. Inland Beach was sick. She's coming back healthy now. We expect her to be good this week. Johan will be training Wednesday at Mohawk, and then we will race him on Lasix, his first start. Just For Me and You makes her first start with the trotting hobbles on this week at the Meadows. I can't stay for that race. It must be Wednesday. So Just For Me and You will be racing. I believe Dave Plone's driving her maybe. First start with the trotting hobbles on. Knockdown Dragout will race this week for Mario. Made a break at the gate last week. Hopefully he can get her away this week. It looks like she raced well after making a break. So hopefully she can use that as a building race coming up. Miss Brampton Beast was sicker last start. A little bit of mucus, a little bit of allergies, and raced poorly. So we turned her out. Going to give her some time to get over this virus and get over the allergies that she's struggling with. Muscle Chrome, I can't see how we can keep racing her like this. I know a lot of people are asking, what are we doing with Muscle Chrome? What are we doing with Muscle? You know what we're doing with Muscle Chrome. We're killing time. I was going to breed this filly. We missed the breeding season. I said, no big deal. We'll race her, put a mark on her, put some money away. She's done either of those things recently. Another problem moving forward is Nancy Allison this Wednesday. James usually goes with her. Who am I going to get to go with these horses? Nancy Allison is going to go over and train. She trained good last week. She's going to train good again this week, hopefully. Now, this is in the middle of the 3-year-old, so it's not really an announcement I'd like to make in this regard. But I had applied for an exemption for quarantining in Canada. I didn't receive any messages back yet, but Billy Davis was given an exemption the other day. He goes back and forth to Batavia and Buffalo to race in New York, and he went through the border the other day, and they gave him the exemption. So I don't know what that means. I know that's going to put pressure on Mohawk to allow him to drive at Grand River, maybe Mohawk a little bit. And I mean, truthfully speaking, most drivers stay out in their cars right now anyway and just pick the horse up coming out the door. So it's not like he's in an enclosed area or anywhere near inside of social distancing or affecting any of the protocols that are in place at Mohawk. So I suspect they're probably going to let Billy race. If they do, it will be up to somebody's calling me. If they do let Billy drive, then obviously that would open the door for me also if I get my exemption. So I could potentially go back and go with a couple of these horses. Nancy Allison would be, I suspect, one of them. Need Your Opinion raced well her last two. We just talked about her in Kevin's barn. She's going to be racing this week in the non-winners of 2. Path of Totality raced absolutely fantastic in the Meadows yesterday. Raced out of her skin, 55 flat from post 7. Did all the work, and then a big, huge favorite who probably shouldn't have been in the Stallion Series came and beat us up pretty good. She's second in a track record yesterday at the Meadows. Really Blue Chip's gone out to the field. Got to get her fattened up. Rooney Blue Chip, interesting. He's come from Illinois over to... he's coming to Northfield for the week. I'm going to have a look under the hood, see if we can't figure out what's going on with this guy. I know Angie was worried that his knees were sore. We had our vet look at the x-rays that were taken of him, and she said there was no lines there. She thought that there was some roughness, which could be soreness, and it could be a reason that he could have a problem, but no lines were found. So we'll see how Rooney Blue Chip looks when he gets to Ohio. Sebastian Yu was made a break in his last start. We dropped him in a condition claimer, and I'm racing him on Wednesday. Did some work on him. I suspect he'll be a little better for a Wednesday's race. Spend That Money is into going Bowling Green. I suspect that Monday race will turn into a Tuesday race, and she should do well, I would think. Spirit of Dio raced poor last night. We're going to pull blood on her. We had no indications she was sick in any way. There was no fever, mucus, coughing, discharge of any kind, or temperature. So we're going to take her blood with the delay in the races because James getting injured last night. Jason and I were talking about it, and he was the one that said it first, and I'd already asked Cindy to take the blood on the filly. Sometimes when you have these fillies that want to get at it, and you get the harness on them and you get them ready to go out at an hour after you warm them up, and then you have another 45-minute delay, sometimes they can stiffen up a little bit and tie up sometimes. So I'm thinking that Jason was on the right thought process also, that Spirit of Dio may have cramped up a little bit, but we'll know when we look at her blood tomorrow. Sunshine and Shade, we got to do something with this guy. He was disgustingly horrible yesterday at Kawartha Downs. I don't know what's going on with him, and I know everybody thinks, oh, we just changed trainer and he'll be fine. There's something going on with this horse. I mean, you don't qualify in 56 the way he did and then go out and pace 59 at Kawartha Downs. It just doesn't happen. So want to take a look and see what's going on with him. I'm thinking we got to move him or do something with him because there's no, as far as moving him to another trainer, I think we're up against that fence now, and it's not Mario's fault. I don't think the horse is any good. I think he's a mediocre horse that has just slid a little bit, and now he looks rather mediocre, and the wrong time of the year to do it. You could say, well, he might have allergies, he might have mucus, he might have been sick. There's nothing really that would make me too interested in formulating a long-term plan with Sunshine and Shade, and there's going to be a couple of people out there that own bigger shares of Sunshine and Shade that say, can we send him here, can we send him there? I don't know. I don't know that I'm really that interested in sending the horse anywhere with another trainer as much as I am just sending the horse, selling him. So we'll see. I don't know. I'm not very impressed with what I saw yesterday. Very frustrating. I don't want to make any decisions tonight. It just happened yesterday. I had a lot go on yesterday with James and a number of questions. We have driver changes to make, and we have obviously scheduling issues now with James not being able to train them on Wednesday. But as far as Sunshine and Shade goes, he picked a bad time to throw in a real bad race. So I don't know what we're going to do with him just yet. Trafalgar raced great last week, the exact opposite of how Sunshine and Shade raced. Trafalgar raced great the other week, was a winner. She's in to go Monday in the grassroots. Very happy to see her coming forward. Watch Avenue made a break in his last start and either jumped on his foot or popped a quarter crack. I can't remember what Kevin had told me. Either way, he just had a mild injury to his foot. He should race this week, and so should Zeb's Sunshine. That's all the 3-year-olds. We'll be back in just a minute. We're going to wrap it up with all of the 2-year-olds.